Good morning everyone, this is Vrushali. In our last session we discussed about different machine learning algorithms with example. We discussed about classification, regression, then clustering, probability, Bayes theorem algorithms with example. I have mentioned machine learning playlist link in below description box. Now in this session I am going to present the first practical of machine learning which is related to the data preparation. So data preparation is one of the most important and first step in any machine learning project. Here in this data preparation step we analyze the data and we study our given data set. So that's why this step is most important step. So for that purpose you need to first download your hard data set from the following link. So here kaggle.com, this link is given and you need to download your data set from this site. So when you click on this site, just see here this site is open. So at that time just click on the download. When you download the particular Heart.csv dataset file, then this particular Excel sheet Heart.csv have download. So this is your given dataset. Okay. Now just focus here in this Heart.csv file. You need to perform different operation on this same Heart.csv file. So here multiple features are given. See here, these are the different features are there, like age of the patient, sex like gender, then chest pain or not, rest BP, blood pressure, cholesterol, then FBS means blood sugar, their ECG level, heart rate, then X-ang value, old peak value, slope value and cardiac value. So according to this feature there is a thalassemia. Thalassemia is one kind of heart disease. So according to this feature you need to find out the particular person having a heart disease or not, yes or no. So this is your given data set. And in this data set there are total see here there are total 303 entries are there, means 303 patient data have mentioned in this particular data set. So you need to perform different given operations on this data set. Now see here, okay, so in this data preparation step you need to perform this operation. First you need to find out shape of data, then find out missing values in given data set, data type of each column, finding out zeros, then you need to find out mean age of patient and extract the features of age, sex, chest pain, rest BP and cholesterol column. So these all operations are performed in this data preparation practical. So let's see here. Okay, so for performing practical here I am using Spider framework. Okay, so you can directly download this Spider framework. Wait, yeah. So this is the official website of Spider IDE, that is spiderid.org. So you can directly download the Spider framework from this website, then official website, and you can download this as per your computer specification or laptop specification. So you can directly download here. So after downloading, just create a one folder in your PC. So here I am creating test project folder and you can download the Spider framework in the same folder. Okay, and after that download the your data set on the same folder, that is Heart.csv. Right, now open the Spider framework. So here you need to create one new file, that is file and new file. So after creating new file, one blank file is open and give the name practical1.py. py is a Python file. Here I am using Python programming language for performing this practical. So this file also mentioned in the same folder here. See here, this is the test project folder, this is your Spider framework, this is your Heart.csv dataset file, and this is your practical1 file, that is Python file. So all things are mentioned into the same folder. And if you mention all things in same folder and gives the path here, so see here, this is a test project is your main folder, this is your Spider file is mentioned, this is your Heart.csv file and practical1.py, means everything have grouped together into the same folder. So it's easy for performing this practical. So let's start the practical. So before start any program, first step is you need to import the header files. So in this practical I am using 4 header files. See here, pandas, numpy, matplotlib and seaborn. So these 4 library files we used for performing this practical. Here hash denoted that the comment. I have mentioned comments for each and every line. These comments described exact function of the particular line in this program. So it's easy to understand how exactly this program will work. So pandas header file generally used for a built-in function like read CSV file. Then you need to find out the how many rows and how many columns are there. You need to find out more detailed information of the given dataset. So for all these functions related to the particular dataset file are stored into this pandas library file. That's why we use pandas. If you want to perform any numerical operations or any arithmetic operations, so for that purpose we use NumPy library files and their methods. So when you just click on that file, it shows the detailed description of that particular library file. Next one is matplotlib.pyplot. So matplotlib file generally used for to graph different plot or to draw different particular structure, right? So for that purpose this file is used. And next one is seaborn library file. So seaborn library file used for data visualization purpose. So how to import is import pandas as PD. So PD is an object. Suppose we use read method from pandas library file. So how to use pd.read in this way. So that's why these objects are used. NumPy as NP. Then import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. This is object. Then import seaborn as SNS. So in this way, these 4 library files we used for performing the different operation. So this is your first step. Now second step. Now just focus on these 2 rows, row number 20 and 21. Okay. Now you have just download the data set, right? This is your hard data set. Now you need to import those files into your program for performing the operations, right? So how to import this? So for that purpose you need to use read CSV, this method, and this method is imported from pandas library. So pd.readcsv, and you directly pass the CSV file name, your dataset name, that is heart.csv, because these all files are mentioned into the same folder. Okay, if this file is not mentioned into the same folder, you need to give the specific path of that particular file in your computer. Okay, so pd.readcsv heart.csv, and this file stored into the df variable. So df indicate the data frame. Okay, and this is a this method is used for importing the header file in your program. This is your second step. Now third step is, suppose if you want to display the first 3 row of your data set. So for that purpose we need to use head method, df.head. So df means data frame. In this data frame your CSV file is stored. So in our future program, in further program, we use df variable. If we want to mention our CSV file, so we use df variable. Okay, so df.head and pass the parameter 3, means you need to print first 3 rows of your data set. So when you execute this line only, row number 21, so the output of this line is, see here, this is your theoretical output. See here, this is the output. It shows the first 3 rows from your data set, 0, 1 and 2. Okay, that is the first 3 rows, these first 3 rows from your data set, right? So for that purpose head method is used. Now next, so after this step, suppose you want to print the complete information of your data set. Okay, as per your given problem statement, you need to find out the complete information of your given data set. Okay, so for that purpose you can directly use info, this particular method. Okay, this info method shows how many rows and columns in your data set. Then it shows data types of each and every column, is any null values are present or not, and memory usage of the particular CSV file. So this all informations are shows by using the info method. So see here, in your data set there is no null values are present. Every block having a particular value, right? There is no null values are present here. So see here, yeah. So for that purpose we use df.info. So for that purpose first you need to print below are the features of data set, and after that print the features for df.info. So when you execute these 2 lines of your program, line row number 24 and 25, so at that time output of this line is, see here, Yeah, see, below are the features of dataset, right? And info method show the features of your dataset. So this is called as data preparation or data analysis, right? See here. There are total 14 columns are there from 0 to 13. It shows the column name. It shows the non-null count. Means there is no null value is present. That's why it mentioned non-null. And it print the data type. Like H column having all the integer data types value. Similarly, old peak column having float values are also present. So it shows the data types of each and every column. So in your data set, float and integer values are present. So this shows the information information method. And it also shows the memory usage, that is 33.3 KB. This is your memory required for your data set. So this method is used for data analysis purpose. So next. Now, as per your given problem statement, see, the first is you need to find out shape of data. So shape means you need to find out number of rows and number of columns in your data set for analysis purpose. So this is your first task. Now see here how to find. First you need to print below are the dimensions of data set. Dimensions means total number of rows and columns. Now you need to mention, see here, now just focus on these two rows. First, print number of rows in dataset. So how to print? For that purpose we use shape method. df.shape. In df our CSV file have stored, right? So df.shape and pass the 0. 0 means rows and 1 means column, right? So this two line printed number of rows and number of columns in your dataset. So when you execute these 3 lines, right? So what is the result of this line? See here. Right. See here. Below are the dimensions of dataset. Number of rows in your dataset 303 and number of columns in the dataset 14. So this is the work of shape method. You can easily identify number of rows and number of columns if in your project having the large dataset, right? So this is the work of shape method. Now next. So as per your problem statement, see, the next is you need to find out the missing values in your dataset or null values, we can say. Okay, see here. So how to find? Next. Right. Now next focus on these 2 lines only. First, print checking for null values in your dataset. Is there any null value is present or blank box is there in your CSV file? Okay. So for that purpose we use isNull method. And how to use? df.isNull means your CSV file, in df your CSV file have stored. So df.isNull.sum. So you need to sum all the null values. How many null values are present there? Okay. So when you execute these 2 lines, what is the output? See here. See, next. This is your null values output. See. Checking for null values in the dataset. So these are the total 14 columns are present in your dataset, and every column there is no any null values are present. There is no any blank box is there, right? So it print 0, 0, 0, 0 for every null values. See here in your dataset, every box having a particular value, right? So there is no null values are present. So if you mention any box is null and again try this code, it shows, suppose there is a CP, this column having one blank value, so it print a 1 here in this way, and data type is integer data type. For this 0 having integer data type, right? So in this way you need to check null value. And if you perform different algorithms on machine learning project, so this function is important. If there is a blank value or null value is there, so there is mismatch the particular result or particular output, right? So this function is important. Now next. So next, as per your problem statement, you need to find out the mean age of the patient. Okay, this thing is we already work. Find out data type of each column. We find out whether integer or float type of data is there by using info function. And you also find out the zeros, that is total zeros are there in null value, right? Now you need to find out mean age of patient. See. So for find out the mean value of every patient or every column, So for that purpose you need to use describe method. Okay, so this describe method is used for to find out, see here, you need to find out how many number non-empty rows in your data set. Then suppose you need to find out mean value, standard deviation value, then maximum value in your data set, or you need to find out 25%, 50%, 75% qualities or quantities of each feature. So for all this purpose, like mean, standard deviation, then count, then maximum value, minimum value of each and every column, right? So for all this purpose you need to use describe method, that is print df.describe. So when you execute this line, row number 43, so the output is this. Okay, see here, this is the output. It shows the total 14 column from age, this is the first column, and target is your last column. Okay, so actually the size is greater. So it shows the mean value, median value, then standard deviation, and which is the minimum value in a particular row and maximum value in particular row, all this thing. See here, this is the mean value of the each and every column, then this is the standard value, then mean value means age, minimum age is 29 here, right? So in this way they find out the minimum value of each column, then percentile value and maximum value, maximum age is 77 in your data set, in this way, right? So for that purpose describe method is used, and in your particular data set 8 rows into 14 columns are there in this particular output result, right? So this is the work of describe method. Yes, so see here, as per your problem statement, we find shape of data by using shape function df.shape. We find missing values, that is null values. We find data type of each column by using info function. We find out the zeros by using info function, and we find mean age patient by using describe method df.describe, right? Now the last one is now extract only age, sex, chest pain, breast, BP, cholesterol. Okay, now you need to identify the features or information about each and every columns. Okay, so see here, right? So the first we see the result of sex, that is gender column. Okay, see here, so as per your data set, right, see this is a gender column, this 1 indicate the male and 0 indicate the female. Now you need to identify how many males are present in your data set and how many females are present in your data set. This is your task. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, as per your code, see, just focus on these lines. Okay, now see, first you need to calculate how many male are present in your data set. So for that purpose you need to use length, this function. Means you need to calculate the length of 1, how many ones are there, right? So how to calculate? See here, len df of sex, this is a column name in your data frame, that is your CSV file, and this is your column name, right? And df is exactly equal to 1, means in this particular column how many ones are present, you need to calculate by using len function. Okay, they return the number of items in the container, that's why len functions are used, and these values are stored into this male variable, right? Similarly, you need to calculate female values, that is len df of sex exactly equal to 0, and what are the how many zeros are present, they shows into this female variable. Okay, now you need to print those values by using this graphical format. See here. Okay, see, so you need to draw this graph. See here, this is your male, 68% male in your data set and 31% female in your data set. This is the final result. So how to draw this graph? See here, first you need to calculate how many male are there and how many female are there by using len function. After that you need to draw this graph. So for that purpose you need to use matplotlib library file. Okay, in this matplotlib library file we already imported in our program. We used figure method and figure size. Figure is a class, figure size is a method. Okay, so plot dot figure size equal to 8,6, means this is a size 8 by 6 inch is there. Okay, so this is your figure size. After that, you need to mention the plot specification. Okay, see, labels equal to male and female. There are two labels, one is male, another one is female is there in this particular thing, right? See here, this is male and this is female. Okay, now next, size equal to male and female means you need to divide those particular circle into the male and female format. Then color equal to sky blue and yellow green. So male having sky blue and female having yellow green. And explode equal to 0, 0. Explode means you need to just divide in one circle, you need to divide those data, right? So this particular center line, blue and green center line indicate the explode, that is 0, 0. Okay, so this is the specification. Now you need to mention all this specification into this circular graph. Okay, how? See here. For that purpose we use plot.py, this method, and you need to pass the parameters that mention in your specification. See here, first is labels, second is size, third one is color, and fourth one is explode. 4 parameters are there. So pass this 4 parameter to the plot.py method. See, size, explode equal to explode, labels, colors, all this thing. Okay, then again pass shadow equal to true, means see here the circles having a particular shadow in this right one circle, right? And start angle equal to 90, means partition is start from the 90 degree, right? So this is a plot according to a particular specification. You need to plot the graph, and plot dot axis is equal, means x and y axis as a equal, you need to plot this graph, and at the end plot dot show. So after executing this data, like how many male and females are there, so after executing this part, the final result is this. See here, that is male and female. 68% that is male, we calculate the len by using len function, and 31% are female, right? So in this way you analyze how many males and how many females are there by using matplotlib. So similarly same functions are used for remaining values purpose. See here. Now as per your problem statement, next is chest pain. See here, chest pain. So in your data set, see here, this is your chest pain. So there are 4 types of chest pains are there. Type 1 typical, type 1 is typical, type 2 asymptotic, and type 3 non-typical, and type 4 is non-anginal, right? So 4 type of chest pain is there. So you need to mention this detail in graphical format. See here. Okay, so same method and same functions are used as we discussed previously, right? So see here. Now first you need to draw the graph, draw this circle, right? This is a circle. So for that purpose we use plot.figure, fixed size equal to 8 by 6. Now gives the label. There are total 4 types are there, right? So chest pain type 0, type 1, and type 2, again type 3. So 4 labels are given. And you need to calculate their size, means how many of type 0, how many of type 1, and how many of type 2 in this way. So size calculate by using length function. Length df of cp exactly equal to 0, chest pain. Cp means chest pain. Okay. Length df of cp exactly equal to 1, that is your type 1, type 2, and type 3. So you need to pass this thing. And at the end you need to mention the colors for each and every type. So colors equal to, for type 0 sky blue, 1 green, 2 for yellow, and 3 for gold. Okay, and you need to use explode the first line, that is 0 0 0 0, means you need to divide this particular circle into the 4 parts. Okay, and after that this is the specification of this particular point, right? And after that you need to mention the specification in your graph in this right one circle. So plot.py and pass all these 4 parameters, right? See here, size, explode, labels, colors. You need to pass these 4 parameters, and start angle is 180 degree, because you need to mention 4 parts of the circle, because there are 4 types of chest pain is there, right? And the start angle is 180 degree. So plot axis is equally divide from x and y axis, that's why plot axis is equal, and plot dot show, right? So after executing this code, this part, then this is the result of that. See here, the complete circle is there by using figure size method. there are 4 labels are there, type 0, type 1, type 2, and you need to calculate the weather values by using length function, right? So type 0, wait a minute, type 0 having 47% per patient, type 3 having 7.6% patient, in this way. And every part the particular colors are mentioned, and it started from 180 degree, right? In this way. So this is a result of next one. So you analyze those data, okay? How many patients having the chest pain is there according to their types. Now next. So next is mention your rest BP or blood pressure or blood sugar or etc. and cholesterol, okay? So see here. Right. The next one is fasting blood pressure, okay? So see here. FBS, that is fasting blood pressure. Now just see here in your data set, see. So here 1 and 0 values have mentioned. So 1 means their blood pressure is high and 0 means low. So this blood pressure is depend on the blood pressure. Blood sugar is depend on this blood pressure, okay? So this is an important thing in machine learning. You must know the analysis and importance of your data set. You must know the meaning of each and every medical values or medical things, okay? Or you must know the each and every terms of your data set. Which kind of terms are there? What is the meaning of each and every terms? So here FBS is blood pressure. Now just show here, you need to mention that how many per patients having the high blood sugar and how many patients having low blood sugar, okay? Now see here, the same formula is used here. See, this is the next one, okay? Now you need to fasting blood sugar. So according the medical term, whose blood sugar is greater than 120, okay? So their value is 1. And whose blood sugar is less than 120, their values are 0 mentioned in this particular data set, okay? 1 means high blood pressure and 0 means low blood pressure, low blood sugar, sorry. So how? See here. So first you need to draw this circle. See here, this is a particular circle. So plot dot figure, figure size equal 8/6, okay? So you need to draw the circle. After that mention the labels. How to mention the labels? By using label variable. See here, labels equal to fasting blood sugar less than 120 mg and fasting blood sugar greater than 120 mg. So these two are the labels, right? See here, these two labels are mentioned here, fasting less than and greater than. After that you need to calculate how many zeros, means how many low blood pressure patients are there and how many high blood pressure blood sugar patients are there. So how to calculate? DF of FBS, this is your column, okay, is equal to 0 and DF of CP is equal to 1, okay? Because blood sugar is directly related to your blood pressure. These two columns are related with each other, okay? And this sizes calculated is there. You need to mention the sky blue and yellow green color as per their data set. And see here, there is explode value is 0.1, 0. In our previous type we used mention 0, 0, means just they divide the data set. Divide the data in particular circle, but here we mentioned 0.1, 0. Why? See here. See here, in this output 0.1 means there is a 0.1 gap between this explode. This is a one slice, right? So that's a 0.1. This is the result of 0.1. And when you mention 0, 0, 0, so this is the result of 0, 0. Okay, means there is no gap in this there, and there is a gap, right? There is one slides are separately mentioned there. So these are the after mentioned labels. Fasting blood sugar, mention their size, count how many 0, how many 1s are there, mention their colors and mention their explodes. So this is called as data specification. Now you need to plot the specification into this graph. How? Plot dot pi and pass all these parameters. See here, plot dot pi, mention their size, explodes, labels, colors, then opacity, shadow and start angle. Okay, so you need to mention all this specification, pass as a parameters to this plot dot pi method. So and after that plot dot axis is related to x and y axis and plot dot show, right? So after executing this code, you need to find out how many patients having the high blood sugar and how many patients having low blood sugar. See here, after executing this point, this is the final output. 83% patients having the blood sugar which is less than 120 mg, that is 0 1. Okay, and how many ones are there? Means greater than 120 mg blood sugar, 16% are there, right? So in this way it calculate the result, right? Now next one. So same again, same thing is there. Next one is exchange. So exchange is a exercise induced angina. Means how many person do we having the exchange values or not. Okay, means 1 means they are having the highest exercise angina in the particular patient, and 0 means lowest angina value in the particular patient. Okay, so you need to draw the graph of these values. This is called as data analysis. Okay, so just see here again, same we used same function or same method is there. Okay, just focused here. Plot dot figure size 8 by 6. Okay, and the labels no or yes, means how many patient doing regular exercise or not doing regular exercise in this way. Okay, so you need to calculate the values. See here how to calculate. See here this size, yeah, length df of x inch, this is your column name in your data set, right, which exactly equal to 0. They calculate how many patients does not doing exercise regularly in this way, and df dot exchange exactly equal to 1, they doing regularly. This is your exchange value, exercise angina values are there, and mention their colors and mention their explode value 0.1 comma 0. 0.1 mention the slice, separate slice. Okay, and this is your data specification, and you need to pass this specification value to the plot.py. Means you need to pass label, size, colors and explode this specification as a parameters to this particular plot.py method, right? Size, explode, labels, colors, shadow equal to true, and start angle and opacity, right? So you need to pass these values, and at the end plot.axis equal and plot.show. So when you execute this code, when you execute this code, okay, angina value, so this is a final output of this thing. Means 67% having no exercise, no low angina value, and 32% having high angina values, right? So this is the final output. So as per your problem statement, see here we find out the shape of data, we find missing values by using info function, then data types, finding out zeros, find mean age of patient, we use describe method. So describe method directly shows remaining values, mean, median, standard deviation, minimum value, maximum value in your data set, all thing, and we extract the information of this column, age, sex, chest pain, rest, pp and cholesterol, right? So extract means you need to find mention your data set value into the graphical format for analysis purpose, right? So in this way this particular data preparation is work. So data preparation is one of the most important thing. It is compulsory thing in your machine learning project. Okay, so the main advantages of data preparation is you analyze your data, you study your data set, so it's easy to apply different algorithms, our machine learning algorithms on your data. Okay, so you can just remove your null values from your data set, you filter data set, you remove noisy values from your data set as per this data preparation strategies, right? So this is a complete data preparation steps. So hope so you understood these practicals and this data preparation steps are there. So just practice it. Thank you.